Welcome back to Askewed Reviews. And today I'm reviewing a film that I was lucky enough to get another early access screen or two from my friends over at Pixel Scene Media. And the movie that I'm referring to is the 2025 film Pools, directed and written by Sam Hayes. So this was a really fun, quirky comedy that also had that feel of a coming of age story. Let me tell you more about the concept for this film, and let's see if this is something that would interest you. So in this film, we have our main character of Kennedy. Now, she is going to college, but she's having some rough time with it as she's not really showing up to any of her classes, and she's pretty much on her last chance. Now, even though Kennedy puts on a very brave face, there is a lot of pain and hurt underneath all of that due to the fact that last year her father passed away. That really appears to be the decline of her schoolwork, and even though she's on a school scholarship, she's having to take these summer classes. Now, Kennedy is given just one last chance. If she actually shows up to her class the next day, then she can actually continue her enrollment. Without her father, Kennedy seems to be completely lost, as he was apparently her rock, and now she can't decide whether or not she should just allow herself to be dropped out or if she should actually put in the effort. So instead of dealing with all of that, she decides instead that she's going to invite a bunch of random people to join her as she's going to go pool hopping that night in a very nice neighborhood that is close to the college. So she and her four newly acquired friends are going to get some alcohol, sneak into some backyards, and party all night long. Throughout the evening, we watch as our group of troublemakers not only work on breaking the law, but also breaking down some barriers that some of our characters seem to have up. Also, throughout the film, we continue to check on another main character who is an air conditioning repairman that somehow gets pulled into all of this as well. After seeing the trailer for this film, I was assuming that I was going to end up enjoying this movie, but I actually liked it way more than I thought I was going to. The characters are really fun and enjoyable to watch, they are also relatable, and there are some familiar faces. You can recognize some other people, but probably the most familiar are Odessa Isaon, Mason Gooding, and Ariel Winter. I think the best way I could describe this film is it's some sort of a mix between 80s comedies like Ferris Bueller's Day Off and Better Off Dead, and 90s comedies like Empire Records and Can't Hardly Wait. So, at least for me on my scale, I'm going to give Pools a 4 out of 5. This is one I definitely recommend checking out. It is, as I mentioned, a quirky, fun comedy with a lot of heart to it and some fun characters. I don't know specifically how soon this will be coming to theaters, but definitely keep an eye out because it should be soon. You know what the sad thing is? I actually had an opportunity to potentially see this earlier at a Chicago premiere that was happening where they were doing a pool party afterwards. Unfortunately, I ended up being sick that evening. So don't be like me, don't miss your opportunity. See Pools as soon as it's available. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Askewed Reviews. And once again, a big thank you to my friends over at Pixel Scene Media for giving me another opportunity to watch an early screener. Always feel free to keep sending those my way. And if anyone else out there works for a company that can send a screener out for a film that you're connected to, feel free to do so. I'd love to be able to watch it, review it, and give you just a little bit more publicity.